my mic on? It's your girl Pinky McCoy, and you're now tuning into No Manners, where we sit behind the scenes with people who are pushing the culture forward. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Tommy Brown, Mr. TB Hits, Mr. Legendary Producer, Songwriter. And I'm so grateful that you got us here, welcoming us into Champagne Therapy. And yeah, what's up, man? It's been a minute.
100%, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up.
Yeah. Well, today I just wanted to just tackle on your story because I told you the last time we spoke. I just feel like your story is really interesting. You know, coming from the East Coast, now you're in the West Coast, and
I call it the Midwest. I mean, we'll call it East Coast, I guess.
Why?
I mean, Pittsburgh's kind of the Midwest. Philly's the East Coast, same state though.
It is the same state though, isn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, what's the difference between, how do you feel being from the East Coast and residing in the West Coast? Because I'm still adjusting, and I'm still having FOMO from back home.
Man, I go back home a little bit, at least once or twice a year, but I kind of miss the seasons.
Why?
Because who's not going to miss the snow, the fall? It's
like negative 14 back home right now.
Yeah, go sled riding, you do all that.
Yeah, I guess. if you have the clothing and the gear, I kind of don't miss it though right now. Maybe because I've been there all my life. Now that I'm here, I'm just I just want to be in the sun.
Yeah, so you know what it is? I like fashion a lot, and I like layers. You can layer on the East Coast. You can't really layer out here. You're like a t-shirt or whatever else you get.
Yeah, some sweatpants, keep it cute. You're just chilling out here. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to I came up with this segment, and it's called The Internet versus the Source. So I did my research on you.
Oh, man.
And I just need to know if it's true or false. Okay.
Oh, man.
Nothing bad, you know?
Okay.
So, we got it over with that you're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you feel about being from Pittsburgh?
I love it. Who can hate on something that built them?
Yeah. I know that when before you started your music career and everything like that, what did you do in the beginning? What did you do prior to getting into the music industry?
Well, I made beats since I was 15. When I was young, we did a little tour with Lil Wayne, few states on the East Coast, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager, so it's tough. And then I had my time in the streets, and then I moved to Atlanta and hustled every day.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because what I figured out online was first of all, were you ever an artist before a producer?
I was an artist and a producer at the same time. It kind of just happened, and just is what it is. I put an album out in high school.
Okay. What was your artist name?
I just went by my name, Tommy Brown. But
okay.
I remember I was high one time. I was 16, and we were in homeroom, and they did the morning announcements, and I heard my song playing on the TV, and I was oh, I'm famous in high school, but it was lit though.
How do you think it got on the radio? I got on the news.
No, it wasn't on the news. It was on the morning announcements for the high school.
For the high school.
Yeah.
So you had you gave it to one of the.
Oh, what we had the album
people?
Was out.
Oh, okay.
Everybody was playing the album, but it was crazy because it was my single.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I have a question for you when it comes to living in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So what I found out was that you were, I guess, producing for an artist named Gorilla Zoe. Yeah,
that's my first major artist that I worked with was Gorilla Zoe.
Okay. Can we just unpack that a little bit? Because I know, again, according to the internet, you were in Pittsburgh, you moved to Atlanta, you were handing out CDs and all that stuff. You was putting in that footwork. Gorilla Zoe tells you to come to the studio. You start working with him, and then eventually you branch off and start working with Dark Child. So I kind of want to talk about that journey.
Yeah, so I was passing out 50 beat CDs every day. So the big spindle, and I was burning them one by one.
Oh, by yourself?
Yeah, it was a self business.
Okay.
So I was passing them out every night, and then I met this crew of guys called the Embassy. One of the guys threw my CD on the ground. The other guy, Big A, picked it up and said I could use these beats. And I started working with them, but I was working at Sears because I couldn't get an apartment without having the paperwork.
Yeah.
So I was working at Sears, and then Big A called me and said, "Man, Gorilla Zoe really needs some beats. What are you doing?" And I walked out of my job. I didn't count the cash register or nothing. I just walked out and drove to the studio and started working with Gorilla Zoe.
Where were you staying in at that time?
Stockbridge in Jonesboro.
But you said you was trying to get an apartment, so where you was at?
Oh, before that, I was still staying in the South Side, Jonesboro. I was staying with my girl and her grandma.
Okay. All right. That's so interesting. Like, just picking up and going. What made you go to Atlanta, out of all places?
I mean, where else was it at? That in 2005, that's what was happening.
When it came to working with Darkchild,
Yeah.
you started off in his production company, correct?
Yep.
And from there, you would like songwriting, producing. Were you working with other producers and songwriters that helped you cultivate a lot of these records today?
Yeah, so look, I'm a backtrack a little bit more, because another person that took me under their wing was 2 Chainz.
Oh, nice.
But this is before he was 2 Chainz. He was still Titty Boy. This was like their first hit record, Duffel Bag Boys, and he started introducing me to people like Rick Ross and different people. And I got lucky enough to meet my boy Perry, who worked at the radio station in Atlanta, the most popular radio station. So what we used to do every night at the club, they would have the biggest section because they hosted the clubs every night. So I would be the one in the biggest section, and everybody started being like, "Who is this in the section?" It's T-Pain and everybody else, but I was standing on the couches in the biggest section. They're like, "Who is this?"
Who is this guy?
Yeah, so, and then I started working with 2 Chainz a lot. I did a few records for him and a few other artists like Ludacris and everybody else. And then somebody connected me with Darkchild.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when it was working with 2 Chainz, like, how was that experience as far as like, because again, he was Titty Boy and then he became 2 Chainz. Like, how was your process working with him?
I mean, it was great. It was funny. One time he had Rick Ross come to the studio, and I was rolling some weed, and I remember I was so nervous. I'm like, "Yo, I'm in the studio with Titty Boy and Rick Ross. This is crazy." And I'm like playing Rick Ross all this music. I was 19, 20 years old.
Oh, so. Yeah, you were really, really young. I guess that's so interesting, too, to know, like, you started very, very young. So what is your advice for, like, up-and-coming producers, up-and-coming songwriters, or just aspiring producers and songwriters who, because the game is different now, right? Like, music industry has changed so much. What advice would you give them for right now, you know, given like all the success that you've had throughout the years?
I think it's easier now. If you ask me, I could be wrong, but I think everybody has their phone in their hand all day. You have access to everybody. You just have to be consistent. Like, you have to be, like, I tell people, treat the internet like it's their girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, if you talk to them once or twice a week, that's not really going to be your girl.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, do you feel like the internet is the main source now to try to connect with people? Because I feel like it's oversaturated sometimes. So what's your take on that?
I mean, my take is I make everybody, I won't even say make everybody, I push everybody to kind of use social media, whether they produce, whether they songwrite, regardless on whatever they do. So I have a producer who's been with us for 3 years, and he's really, really talented, but he wasn't getting the placement. So I'm like, I'm pushing him to use the internet, and now he's getting millions of hits on his beats sitting in the kitchen.
Right.
He posts twice a day, and he's now gone viral several times for his beats. So I think if you're consistent, it's like if you want somebody, if you want that guy, you want that girl, you're going to be on their line. If not, you're going to lose the contact.
Yeah. Nah, I felt that. I mean, it's true. You have to be consistent with social media, I guess. Whatever. But that's a different conversation. Because for me, I just feel like it's sometimes a little bit oversaturated. But I guess whatever you're trying to do, you can just keep pushing that. But sometimes I just be in my head, for real. Like, I don't know. I can't really get with the internet yet.
Why not?
I don't know. We'll get there, though.
I mean, you got to. You know what it is? It's just access. Yeah. So when you go in, everybody in the world is on this device and on And it's only right now, it's only like 4 or 5 places that everybody's going to. And that's if they're really going. You got, what, Instagram?
Yeah, you got, I mean, it's a whole bunch of platforms now where you can do it. But that's my thing. It's like keeping up with it and being like consistent with it. The people that do, I feel like they're like superhuman, because like, how do you even have the time?
Man, I burn 50 CDs a day. That took 10 minutes a CD to burn.
Yeah. So,
if somebody can't take the time to use the internet, it's crazy.
No, for sure. I mean, I guess that's me. I got to get out of my head. Going back to like working with Darkchild, I know that you were also working with a now superstar, Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
And how was it like being somebody that was like coming up with her and like making her into like, you know, developing her into the star that she is today?
I mean, it was good. You know, she told me one day, she was like, I want to be an artist. And I was like, yo, write 300 songs. And she said, okay. And she went and did it. And she wrote for everybody from Mary J, Dr. Dre to Ariana. I mean, like, she touched on everything in the game. So it's like, I'm happy to see where she's at now, to where she's able to really do what she truly wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. Her work ethic shows. She's a superstar. She's a star. And I really love her. Shout out to Victoria Monet. But as far as meeting Ariana Grande, because you guys working with her like together, right? You guys also did a lot of production for Ariana and a lot of songwriting for her. How did that relationship come about?
I got called by a guy named Andrew Gould, who worked at my publishing company that I was signed to, EMI at the time. And we had did some demos, and he was like, yo, there's a girl named Ariana who's on a TV show. This song may be good for her. And I said, okay. So they put me in the studio with her and Nick Jonas. And so when I worked with them, Nick Jonas was the writer.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he was writing the songs, I brought Victoria, and I don't think the publisher liked that I brought somebody else. So they asked her to leave.
But like, that's crazy. Yeah,
so they asked her to leave. And it was cool because after I met Ariana, me and her had conversations, and then she was a teenager at the time. And then it was like, yo, let's work. And so we did a couple songs before the first album happened. She put a few singles out that didn't perform probably the way that she wanted them to perform. But when she caught that single, she was like, it's time to work.
Yeah. So how was your process when it was like working with her, as far as like your creative process? Like, do you usually cater to what the artists want, or you're like, no, this is how we're gonna make a hit, and this is like what we're gonna do? Do you kind of direct them and develop them in that way, or do you just cater to what the artist wants to do?
I mean, I think for me, I'm always like, take the guardrails off. You know what I mean? Like, let creativity be creative. And I think for all of us, we're all so creative that we can do a song and be like, we're never going to use that song, but it was a good time. So I just think it's about being creative and not being stuck in a box. Like, hey, try rapping on this song and see how it feels. Like when we did the bridge for 7 Rings, we initially wrote it for Beyonce.
Oh, got it.
To feature on the song. But then it was like, she was just like, let me try it myself. And she tried it, and it was...
And it worked. And then you're like 6 albums later with her, right? Or is it more?
No, we did. I think we did 7 counting. We did a Christmas EP. Okay. So I think 7 total that we worked with her.
That's amazing. And now she's like she's beyond superstar. She's like on Broadway, Wicked. She's doing her thing. Yeah. I think that's great that you were able to also be around like these people coming up and then developing them in the way that they are now. Like, you know, they're these superstars now. Yeah,
it was crazy because the wildest thing about the whole thing was when I left Darkchild, I like was praying. I was like, man, I need to work with like a Lady Gaga, a Katy Perry, a Kanye. And then in one room I have Ariana working, in the next room I have Travis Scott.
Oh, wow.
So I worked with him since he was a teenager. He used to live with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when he was younger, I was like teaching him how to produce and do different things. I remember he asked me, he was like, why do you have 3 different producers working at the same time? I was like, that's how you produce. And it's crazy. I seen him a couple weeks ago, and he was in the We were in Booby Trap.
Okay, Miami.
Yeah, and he's like, I slept on his couch. So and he's always like, this is my day one. So, you know, it's my boy, so.
No, that's so fire. I had no idea, like, you were also working with Travis Scott.
At the same time. They were both, like, coming up at the same time.
Oh, wow.
I remember when Thank You Next hit #1, I was in, like, a hotel room in Sacramento, and I was on FaceTime with Ariana. And then I'm like, yo, this number keeps FaceTiming me. Let me answer. And I answered, and it was Travis. He was like, you did that song? I was like, yo, that's funny.
That is so cool. Like, I like give it to you guys that are like super creative in that sense, as far as like producing and songwriting, making records, starting from an idea and just like making it like blossom. What is your way of making it like a hit?
I think
because I know you can make songs and then it's like you making hits. Like, what is like your mission to be like, no, this is the one?
I mean, I think about song structure is important to me, but I think now from having hits, I think it's always about timing. Like, I wrote this song and I wanted Young Thug to do it, and I don't know if it's going to happen or however it was, but it's a love song. And look at it, like, everybody's talking about you and talking about love. It's like all the ingredients are there. Just make the lasagna.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it, when we couldn't have predicted Thank You Next. Ariana went in the bathroom. She was upset. She tweeted out Thank You Next. And she called me the next morning and it was like, yo, 300 news station posted it. I said, oh, that's dope. I'm coming to your house right now. Let's get it mixed, mastered, and put it out today. I was like, what? I said, I'll come to your house. The house was all dirty.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm in my car right now.
Yeah.
And so.
That was a hit.
That was a hit. And we didn't, none of us knew it.
Yeah. She went crazy on that record.
Yeah.
Were there other writers that were like on that record with her?
Yeah, it was a few of us in there. It was funny because my producers, Mikey, started the loop. And I took the loop and took it in the other room. And I felt like, they're like, this is dope, but let's see what else we could do.
Yeah.
And Victoria like said, let's write a song called Thank You Next.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. But.
And then it hit.
Missile.
What was the first thing you produced on? Like when you was a kid?
Fruity Loops.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Fruity Loops became so much more popular in recent years, but has it always been a thing?
No, I mean, you know, I'm a visionary, so I get it before a lot of people do.
Okay. I hear that. All right. Now that's fire. How do you feel about AI and AI in the music industry? Because a lot of people have been crashing out about it and a lot of people have opinions about it. What is your take on it?
I think AI is not going away. So I think when I look at AI, I say use it based on your moral compass. So if morally you feel like you don't want to use it, don't use it. But just know somebody else is using it, and you're fighting against a computer.
Yeah, especially that new artist that I don't really know her name, but that new AI artist that just got signed.
Zaya Monet.
I believe so. I'm not really sure. I'm not too familiar, but I know like people were really going crazy because they gave her like a $3.1 million deal, and it's like an AI artist. So, do you feel like AI artists should be getting signed?
I feel like if it's getting traction, why not? I mean, it's crazy being on the other side because everybody complains about AI.
Yeah.
And they're missing the mark because even before that, songwriters or producers aren't really getting paid off of streaming anyway.
Yeah.
So if somebody came up with a clever idea to do that and they're able to get paid, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I think people struggle because streaming is just, it's a super one-sided thing. So
yeah,
everybody's going to be disgruntled about anything because they're not getting paid in the first place.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean, do you feel like it's just like cutting corners, or do you feel like they're also putting, because I just feel like it's somebody that has to let the AI know what they want too, you know? So do you feel like that's just an easy way out for them, or are they actually just still producing and songwriting records in that sense?
I think you have to prompt it. So it's like saying if I'm going to go to ChatGPT and not type anything in, it's not going to give you nothing in return.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the AI stuff, you have to have your proper prompts and what you want. But it's tough when people are going and letting the AI write the song and produce the song and then coming out as a writer and producer. I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it's there. That's what they built it for.
Yeah. So. Just something easy for people to do. And I feel like it's just going to get even more advanced. So you're right. Like, I feel like everybody just needs to get used to it and get accustomed to it and see how it works for them.
I mean, who's wrong if somebody's grandma has cancer and she wants to write her grandma's song and she can't sing,
right?
And she wants to go and make that song. Who's to govern and say you can't do that?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, thank you again for allowing me to be able to come into your space and having a chit chat with you, getting to know your journey and your process. What are you doing like now, and how are you pushing culture forward?
I mean, I'm highly invested into new talent. I'm developing. And I went to meet with a label the other day, and I really see how hard it is to develop. So I created this compound. Right now we have about 42 songwriters and producers. And I push everybody to be on social media and to write for themselves and put out their own music, as well as work with other artists. I want to build the place where people can come and grow, because everybody wants to be an artist, you know, in their own way. So I want to be the bridge to their dream. You know what I mean? And kind of help push that through. And if they're focused and diligent and consistent, you can get to where you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
The distractions is what breaks the mold. Yeah.
And as far as distractions, has there ever been a time where you were like distracted, or like you feel like something was just not right in your life that kind of was just like having the universe making you fight against the grain while you was going through your journey?
I mean, every day, every day, you know, I mean, thankfully through God helps me stay on track. And, you know, even sometimes when I'm in a world, I'm like, man, you know, I ain't said a prayer in 3 months. Then it kind of gets you reeled back in to kind of stay on track to where you need to be. It'll reel you back in. It was crazy. I got a story. The other day, me and my boy was talking, and I told him I had a time where I was praying for stuff, and it'd be the next day. I'd be like, yo, is this the love of my life? And then something would happen the next day, and it was like, yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
To show me that it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was telling him, like, so sometimes I'm like, I don't really like to pray about certain stuff. And we're over at a restaurant on Ventura in Sherman Oaks called Boulevard Steak. We have a few restaurants.
Beautiful place.
Thank you. And I went down there to have drinks with the guys. It was empty. We walked away. The manager runs out like, no, drinks on me. So we go and have a drink, and I go sit by myself. And this girl who works at another restaurant, only know her high and by, walks up to me and says, can I tell you something? I say, yeah. She's like, but I need you to know it's not for me. And I was like, oh, okay, what? She's like, God this and God that. And she goes to this whole spiel, this whole conversation me and my boy had.
Wow.
And for me, it was like a whole confirmation.
That's confirmation right there.
For sure was the craziest 20 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, God knows his children, and I think that's a beautiful thing that, you know, especially being in the space as, you know, this music industry, sometimes people say like, oh, it's dark, it could be this, it could be that. But I think it's beautiful when people always like still just put God first and allow other people to understand like it is a spiritual realm out here, and it's real, and, you know, nothing that you've done wasn't supposed to happen for you, you know, your whole journey, your whole process. And shoot, you are God's child. If that lady came up to you and like started telling you all that stuff.
And she was young. That's what really messed me up.
Yeah.
It was like she was young, and I was like, how old are you again?
Yeah, no, that's
like,
fire.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You're blessed. God bless you.
Yeah, 100%.
God bless your whole compound, Champagne Therapy. You didn't get to announce it earlier, but Champagne Therapy is your music group production company, and that's how you have all the 42 producers and songwriters under you. Okay, cool. One more thing, because I just had to ask you. So I was watching that reality show that you was on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
The Hitmakers.
that. Yeah.
please tell me, like, keep it real with me. Did you guys have to add some drama to, like, make it a thing?
No, you know what it is?
Because it was so fire. Up until that, I was just like, oh, why do they have to do that?
You know what? One of the guys, Steven, kept playing with me, and I'm like, yo, if you keep playing with me, you're not going to be saying things to me on camera.
Yeah.
And I'm looking crazy.
Right.
I'm like, there's no way. So I was like, let me think of a way to take the attention of him talking about me off of me and put it back on him.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I don't think he likes his girl. And it turned into a whole situation.
Yeah, it turned into a whole situation. Oh my God. No, that was a really dope show. It was very inspiring. Me coming from New York, I was doing a lot of executive production work, like on the side with a whole bunch of different producers and songwriters myself. I think I was very passionate at one point doing that. Now I'm like on a different journey. Clearly we're here. But I was very inspired watching that series. And is there gonna be like a season 2? Are you thinking about doing more reality TV shows?
I don't know if it's gonna be a season 2, and I didn't even know it was a reality show when we were doing it. But what it was more titled as a docu-follow, which I now understand is a reality show.
Yeah.
So
it was good though. It was good. You had some legendary writers in there. You know, and you guys were producing records super quick. I think it was really dope. The concept was really dope. And I think like if Netflix were to continue doing that, they can make it like bigger than what it was.
Yeah, I think now we take it into our own hands and we drive the car.
Yeah.
So now I have all these people who's here working and doing all this stuff. Why aren't we filming our own thing? So we have people coming filming and editing every day. We're having the same thing on the shows we have here every day.
Yeah.
So why not film it and build out the content for everybody to roll out, and then we put the music out ourselves, and then maybe in that way we can start helping songwriters and producers get paid again.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a beautiful thing. I think you were destined to do that. Somebody, because I could tell that you're not a selfish person. Like you're somebody that, okay, yeah, I have all this success. I'm not gonna gatekeep, I'm gonna put people on, and I think that's important. And then back to just spirituality and God, is like, that's what we're meant to be on this earth for, to be able to give back, So I think that is a very beautiful thing that you're doing. So congratulations on your whole journey, and I'm excited to see like the confessionals and stuff that you put on Instagram, because that whole 47 cents publishing shit that you came up with is hilarious. What made you come up with that?
You know what it is? It's a reality for a lot of songwriters and producers. So it was crazy. So I always push everybody to do content, and I was sitting in my house one day, like, we were just all sitting there talking, and I have a guitar sitting in my house that my boy brought there that I don't play the guitar. Yeah. And I picked it up and was like, yeah, I'm about to shoot this video. And I shot a video, and I looked out the balcony, acted like I was playing the guitar, and I put this like Day After Day song, but it's from the movie Set It Off. Oh, okay. And so I put it under there, and then the video went up, and I probably shot about 100 videos after that. But it was just like, because comedy reaches a lot further than like somebody being upset. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, let's drape it in comedy, but with the truth. Yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, I feel like a lot of producers and songwriters were definitely in them comments like, it was funny as shit. It's still funny. It's still funny. Yo, it's crazy. It was artists, it was everybody, and it was funny because anytime I do content, I get opportunities that's outside of what I'm talking about. Like I had posted me playing golf, and the head of Spotify hit me. It was like, oh, I didn't know you play golf. By the way, we're doing this thing at Spotify. Can you come and speak? Oh, nice. And it's like content opens doors that people don't even know they can get in. Yeah. And I think being like, just showing your personality and just showing things, people are not fucking robots, And it's like, if you're just posting music all the time, you're just posting, you're in the studio all the time, like, okay, that's one identity, but I think people love to see, I know I love to see more personable stuff. Like, I'm intrigued about what you're doing or what you like to do. So that's why it's a balance. So it's like, because a lot of times it's two places on social media. It's not showing up, and I tell people, try to sell something that's invisible. It's probably one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
Or you showing up and just selling every day. Like, buy my shirt, buy my shirt, buy my shirt. Like, no, you have to find a middle ground to where people can connect with you and use the different things so you can build a business.
Yeah.
It's a middle ground to where people show up for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy, so much for today. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you allowing us to come to your compound. It's beautiful. It smells delicious in here.
Finally.
And I need to figure out what's the scent, please, because I need to take that home with me.
I don't know. You got to ask one. I don't know. I
asked her earlier.
I was like,
No, I asked earlier. Again, thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning into No Manners. If you guys want to follow Tommy Brown, TV Hits on all social media platforms, make sure you follow him, get connected with him. If you're an artist, if you're a music producer, somebody that's super serious, because my dog clearly is serious here. So, yeah, and he's cool. So hit him up. Maybe he'll be able to give you some advice and give you some gems.
100%. Tune in.
Tune in. Till next time. Bye. Back, all right? I'm gonna be pulling up on Tommy. Like, listen, I'm matching.
I told you.
I'm matching your fly right now. All right? I told you I was gonna do this. That's gonna be my baby real soon.
You gotta go look at the inside so you get your camera.
You can't beat the inside of the electric.
No, you can't, right? That
Beautiful.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that motherfucker speed off.
look good in
zip
here.
Everything.
I look great in here.
Yeah.